Hopefully this is not cringe. Hello friends, it's me Nathan, and today this is just gonna be a what I would call a laid back vlog. As you can see, I have this guy with me. This is my father, and we are in West Virginia right now. Specifically, we are in Barbersville. We're just gonna spend the day together doing a few things that we really want to do, starting with Billy Bob's Wonderland. Now, Dad, you have a history with Showbiz Pizza, don't you?
I absolutely do. Probably early 80s. I'm 10, 11 years old. Knoxville, Tennessee, West Knoxville. Westtown Mall. You got mall culture of the early 80s. And nothing was better than leaving the small little town that I was in, going to the big town of Knoxville, going to the mall, and getting a chance to go to Showbiz Pizza. You had pizza, but when you went to Showbiz, it's a totally different game.
Yeah, that's from what I hear. So you haven't seen the Rock-afire explosion since you were a kid.
It's since I was a kid. Easily, I see, how old am I now? This is probably 40 years. Yeah. I probably haven't seen this in almost 40 years.
Yeah, so are you excited?
I'm super excited and super hungry.
Yeah, we're going to get some pizza, but let's head inside. After you. No. Oh, hey, Santa. All right. There they are over there. They're not performing right now, but there they are.
This is great.
Now, last time I was here, they were dressed up in Halloween costumes, but now they've got Christmas gear all set up, including a Santa right here. You can literally get right up close to them, like right up here. Yeah. So how does it feel?
It gives me chills. It's a flashback in time.
Yeah, really.
Okay,
oh, there's Billy Bob.
Check it out.
This is Billy Bob and Looney Bird here at the Super Santa tracking station, and we're tracking Santa Claus on Looney Bird's new Super Santa tracker station device. Right, Looney Bird? Right, Billy Bob. Okay, Looney Bird, and like from our last report, it sounded
that's
like
okay.
he was heading straight this way. Looney, do you still concur with that report? What does that mean? Is he still heading this way? Yeah, he is. Here, listen, I'll go down and turn it on again, okay? Okay, Looney. I think something's coming over, Billy Bob. Yeah, what is it?
This is Ice Station Gorilla. This is Ice Station Gorilla calling the Looney Bird.
Billy Bob, listen.
This is Ice Station Gorilla. This is Ice Station Gorilla calling the Looney Bird. Do you copy?
Gee, sounds kind of funny.
Yes, I copy there. But in 10-4, what is your full modulated RF carrier and your tracking sequences?
Through triangulation with equator 5, we have tracked the object now in circular holding pattern over Showbiz Pizza plate. Intended to monitor the fate. Wait, hold on, stand by.
This is the Looney Bird at Showbiz Pizza Place transmission station standing by.
Looney Bird, does something sound funny to you about that transmission?
Yeah, I think the RF modulator is a little bit misadjusted and somewhat calibration probably needs something in there too. It's four-way pulse.
No, Looney Bird. What I mean is there something funny? Can you repeat that transmission, would you, one more time?
Sure, Billy Bob. This is Looney Bird transmission station at Showbiz Pizza Place. Please repeat the transmission. Out.
This is Ice Station Gorilla calling the Looney Bird. Through triangulation with equator 5, we have tracked the object now in
Would somebody please open the Senate curtains for me?
Showbiz Pizza plate. Continue to monitor this station. Continue pay no attention to that grill behind the curtain. Pay no attention to that grill behind the curtain. Well, how y'all expect to get anything on that old thing?
We're trying to receive a transmission in here. We're tracking Santa Claus.
Hey, Looney Bird, come on up.
Yeah, Looney Bird, look.
Hey, Looney Bird, how you doing? This is Ice Station Gorilla. This is Ice Station Gorilla. Call him Looney Bird.
Now, this is something I didn't show in my oddities of the past episode. This is an old McDonald's birthday seat. Now, people may not know, but McDonald's used to do birthday parties. And apparently that was a big deal as well. It's like right here you can change. It's kind of wedged in there. But yeah, you can change, like, say for instance, hang on. It only goes up to like 10, I think. So let's say, here, hold this.
All right.
It's like, I'm birthday boy, I'm 6 years old. I get to sit in the special seat.
Remember that one, Ricky?
Yeah, there's the Titanic. Kind of touring the arcade here.
I remember that one.
Yeah, a lot of these are really old. Understandably. They do have some modern stuff as well. And on that TV, they're playing King of the Hill. Wasn't expecting that to be played here. Now they do also have a laser tag over here. I think it's that over there. I've never seen it. They also have birthday party rooms over here.
I
Oh,
remember that one.
that scared me a bit. Oh yeah, this one. I've seen on TikTok how you can like cheese these things.
Really?
Yeah, but it doesn't work for
The
everything.
more players, the more tickets you win. Shoot the water and win.
This is I kind of feel like this is the forbidden part of Billy Bob's, like the dark edges of Billy Bob.
I like the half-court hoops.
Yeah.
I remember these.
Knock over the
I'm
clown.
getting so aggravated throwing right in between them.
I
Skee-ball.
played this all the time at Malibu Jacks, and we have skee ball.
Skee-ball's the best.
Yeah, this is like the very quiet area. I think this is I think this here is the laser tag arena.
But they do good with the rooms that you can get.
Yeah, these are the birthday rooms that you can get. And of course, we did get us a pizza.
Absolutely.
Very big pizza, I must
Big
say.
one. Big
yeah,
one.
that is a very big pizza. So I'm gonna watch Dad's reaction as he tries the pizza. Because I remember.
I can't really. I honestly can't remember how good or bad the pizza was when I was a kid. All I can remember is you ate it fast because they only had shows probably every 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And they didn't have very many video games. But whenever you saw the countdown go to 0 and you knew the band was coming back on, you stopped everything you were doing.
Yeah.
To go watch the band.
Yeah, now
So-
I remember liking the pizza when I tried it, but let's see how you like it. Good?
Good. Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
Hold on, I just need to make fun of this guy for a second. He didn't know that Fats, the gorilla, is actually standing up and not sitting down.
I'm 52 years old. And I'm just learning that he's not sitting down.
All right, so we just got done with our lunch. You can see we have some pizza, and I also got, there we go. I also got some t-shirts, but that was only one thing we're doing today. Now we are going to head about 20 minutes up the road to another attraction I want to check out. All right, so we are about 20 minutes up the road here. We are in Huntington, is that right?
Yep.
We're in Huntington, West Virginia, and we are right next to an attraction that I learned about recently. It's kind of intriguing to me. This is the Museum of Radio and Technology. This is a free-to-enter museum. Doesn't look very big, but let's head inside and see what this is like.
How you doing, sir?
There we go.
Is the museum open? Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
Where do we start?
Right here. We started in 1991.
Oh,
Wow.
And was it somebody's idea or
There was a group of us got together. We were all running out of room at the house for our collections.
Okay.
And this building came up for sale. And so we purchased the building and started the museum.
Wow. What's the oldest piece of equipment?
And Victrolas,
I can hear.
forest radios, Atwater Kent breadboards. This is 1920s.
Wow.
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 This is the telegrapher's desk out of the railroad station in Abington, Virginia. That dates back into the late 1800s.
Incredible.
That is
Look at
crazy.
just the cabinet alone. Look
Just
at
the cabinet
the
and
artistry on the cabinet.
the forms would have been here, so you'd fill out, like a Western Union, but it would have been the railroad telegraph system, what you wanted to send, and then the telegrapher was on the backside. This cabinet is empty, Inside there were all the batteries.
Bunch of record players here.
Incredible. Incredible. Yeah, the old Victrolas, golly.
This is beautiful.
Wow.
I like this, like a store set up right here. It's kind of looks like a store that you would have. Actually scared me. I thought that was a real person.
So this is neat. I remember how thick records used to be.
These were the old Edison, and these were vertically modulated, so you have to make them thick.
Electron
So you
tubes.
wouldn't interfere from one side
My
to the other.
gosh.
Well, Joe
All
was-
these
sorry, Jerry Stout.
down here.
Joe and Jerry Stout. And
light
Jerry
bulbs
was into
in here.
ham radio, shortwave radio.
They even have a little old-fashioned telephone here.
There's about 5,000 volts across
Or
the
gap
terminals.
transmitter.
Okay.
And if you're familiar with radio technology, you've got an inductor,
Okay.
you got a set of capacitors. That's what they call an LC circuit.
Okay.
Okay.
You introduce an arc there. Now you're creating a pulse. And by feeding that into this, it will then resonate and come out at a specific frequency or relatively close. Say like 255 kilohertz or something like that, because the old emergency band was 500 kilohertz, 1/2 of a megahertz. That's what they used. That was the international distress beacon frequency. So when you're putting,
That is very
creating
loud.
an RF arc, or RF, AC arc, feeding this creates RF that would go out onto an antenna, very similar to what was on the Titanic.
Wow.
This is before tubes. The tube was invented in '07. But it was so crude and rudimentary, they didn't know what to do with it. So they used the spark transmitter, Marconi and Fessenden and a whole bunch of other ones. This was the form of communications.
Incredible. Can you hear it?
Oh yeah, I hear it. Here, you try.
Yeah, that's wild.
We got an AM station across the interstate here, and
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild. And it's almost comes in clear as a bell.
right, and no batteries, nothing. It's just taking the RF signal, stripping the RF off, and leaving you with the audio.
So all this in here.
There was a company called Heathkit. They were out of Benton Harbor, Michigan. They created all this test equipment that you could build. In other words, you'd buy the kit, you'd build an oscilloscope, voltmeters,
These are like
oscillators,
toys.
test
here.
equipment for working on the stuff.
Right.
This was all, it was military surplus stuff after World War II.
Big
Because,
TV
you know,
camera
World War II
right
and the
here.
advancements we went through.
So he was just telling this was used at the
Yeah.
World's Fair, and these are pictures of it. It's so
And
awesome.
everybody say, well, how do you know that that's the camera? Well, you look here above the W, you see the hole drilled in the side of the cabinet?
Yeah.
Look on the side, that upper one. There's that hole.
There's that. See if I can zoom in there. It's this very same one. Yeah.
Yeah. Same location, everything.
Yeah.
What it was, where they had these at the fair, that went in on the horizontal oscillator, so they could adjust it because it wasn't real stable.
Oh.
They had a tool in there and they could just tweak on that thing to make sure the picture was stable.
Do you ever have people that
Thing installed
Whole
like this
row.
radio here, 1927, that was $895 in
Wow.
27.
in 1927?
Wow.
Wow, that's big money in
Yeah, but
1927.
if you look at where we got it from, the Wrigley estate, as in Wrigley Field, Wrigley Gum, it was at their summer camp north of Chicago.
Wow. Oh, like in here.
Incredible.
Ham radio gear, you've
radio.
got companies, Heathkit, National, Hammerland, RME, Collins. Collins is still in business.
Really?
Yeah. They're still up in Cedar Rapids. Mainly what they do is military radio.
You know, all this stuff. I mean, it's
Power's on
fascinating,
there.
but then it looks so
okay.
complicated all at the same time.
Solid state power supply. It's a tube radio. It takes a bit for it to come
Oh, yeah.
on.
Yeah.
You get impatient after a while. It's like, wait a minute, come on. Yeah, I turned the switch on.
Oh,
Now it's coming up.
there we go.
These outside bands that you gotta.
I've reached out to Ted Henry, who's in Colorado now, okay? There's this band called Radio Dead.
Incredible.
Battery.
Wow.
So farm radio.
Right.
Before we had electrification. So if you went out into the coal fields, you went out into, just middle of nowhere before TVA and all the other stuff, they ran them off the tractor battery.
Her grandfather
I
clock.
would love for my dad
My
to
grandmother
see
had something similar to this.
Tennessee, still in business, not making hand gear right now. All their stuff's military. But then Collins, the KWM2s, that was all military, or U.S. State Department. All of the embassies had Collins gear. You could tune it by your chair.
Nice.
Wow.
General Motors made that one.
Well, the first remotes. Really cool.
50s, late 40s, after World War II, where the sound quality became, in other words, they wanted to hear the music, hear it like you're at the symphony or at a Broadway show.
Yeah. Holds up to 160 records.
Big,
Gosh, I love jukeboxes.
big TV here.
Love jukeboxes.
Oh,
Just the neatest things, I swear. Now that's a heck of a unit.
Yeah. AM, FM, shortwave, record player, and wire recorder. Before we had tape, they recorded on steel wire. If you ever watched Hogan's Heroes?
Yeah.
And you remember Kinchlow down there with the bobbin and recording on steel? This is... And this one, you had the time clock with it. So you wanted to listen to the news, but you were out on the tractor or you were going, you could set it, turn the cell phone, the first DVR type thing. In other words, record the evening news, the farm reports, whatever.
Yeah.
President's Award, sorry.
Oh, it's like a bread box.
Kinda, yeah.
Crosby, radio record player. Radio's up here. The record would slide in like a floppy disk.
Oh.
You'd close it, and it would play.
Oh, wow.
Open it, it would lift the needle, turn it over, put it in, play the other side.
Incredible. I never knew something like that existed.
Probably not touched that.
Incredible.
Look at that, $100 in
Yeah.
40s, and that's Shirley Temple.
Yep.
So that was $100, and what year?
That one,
1940.
38.
Oh.
39, yeah, somewhere in that. That was a lot of money.
was
That
a lot
was,
of
Yeah.
we were still in the Depression.
Yeah, the Great
Just starting to
Depression.
come out of it.
It's amazing things like that were able to even be manufactured during that time.
Erector sets here.
And one of our guys, this is his collection. It's going to be here forever,
Oh.
kind of thing. But we have the two most dangerous toys ever manufactured.
Really?
Yeah. An atomic energy lab.
Oh, I heard
there
about
we go.
this. I heard about this.
Well,
This
the thing
have
about it is, here's the sources right here. It's an alpha and a beta source.
Yeah.
The glass tube will block the particles because it's not gamma radiation, it's alpha and beta. glass blocked them.
Yeah, but still,
It's still here. They were selling it to kids to
That's-
play with.
yeah,
How
that's
long- how many years
still
did they sell that?
insane.
2 or 3, and that was it. In the
Yeah.
50s.
And I think, wasn't there also like a uranium lab or something like that?
Yeah, they had some other, it was like a prospecting lab and stuff like that. They sold it with a Geiger counter, and they had a chunk of uranium ore just to show, here's what you want to look for.
It's amazing the things that were sold back then.
And the other one is this one. The lead casting kit. In other words, make your toy soldiers.
lead poisoning. Yeah.
Lead
No, you got kids playing with 700-degree molten
Well,
metal.
There's that too, yeah.
Because those lead pots, I fish, so making ball jig heads or
Oh, yeah.
fishing.
I've got
know,
sinker molds.
Yeah, yeah.
A little bit of a flyer here, and I noticed, I think that's Raggedy Ann right there. This is insane. It's,
I remember that.
Oh.
I remember.
The magic
I
trick
remember
of the
that.
puzzles.
Yeah.
it's a sign for Ringling Bros and Barnum and Bailey, the greatest show on earth.
7.
Wow. Wow. Didn't know that existed at all. That was kind of ahead of its time, wasn't it?
Way ahead of its time.
A bunch of TVs.
Now,
here.
is that
It lasted about a year,
Yeah, not
maybe
long.
2. Problem was 8-inch CRT pointed straight down into a parabolic dish, lenses, optics to bring it up to a first surface mirror, and then out. Same technology they used today when they were building this. 1957, 58, Sputnik, the space race, the futurist.
It kind of looks like something out of like an old sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Well, if you look in the old sci-fi, they use these as props.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that explains it.
Was watching. I don't know if you remember the show Stargate SG-1.
I do.
I don't think I've seen
There
that.
was in one of the episodes, there was a Philco Predicta in a lab on an alien planet. And it's
That's
okay.
that's really fun.
Battery operated, the Philco
Portable
Safaris.
televisions.
About 1959, 1960. And then it took them a while before Sony came out with the Watchmans.
I remember the Watchmen.
Yeah.
And then they came up with this bigger one
Yeah.
Remember that?
at the store. So you could look in, that's what the inside of your TV looks
You
like.
can
Normally it's a black box,
see
gray
inside here.
plastic. Well, if you notice, this one's called Secure View. The guy from the Bureau of Prisons walked into that dealership and saw those, and saw the display, and he says, "How much?" And he goes, "Well, no, it's just a demo thing." He goes, "No, I'm from the Bureau of Prisons. This is perfect. They can't hide contraband in it or anything."
Oh.
And I thought, well, let me check. And they got in touch with RCA, and it made RCA very profitable for a couple of years.
That is
They
cool.
ordered, probably 500,000 or more of those
Advertisement
TVs.
here.
Yeah.
Exciting new 1957. Back when any of this was considered new.
The stereo equipment, the tape players, reel to reel in the 70s and even into the 80s.
Wow.
Heathkit, Macintosh, Tandberg, Dynaco, Fisher.
Technology displays World War II.
Yeah, let's see.
Wow.
I got in 95, but Dad got in 68
Wow.
or 69.
So
So
68, 69, it's Vietnam era.
Yeah.
That's one of the walkie-talkies. That's the Israeli version of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then these are the old, World War II / Korea, and even into Vietnam, they were using them. This one is called the Village Radio. If you look at it, air to ground, ground to ground, take it apart, not a mark on any component, nothing.
Wow.
These were dropped into the friendlies there in Vietnam so they could talk to the U.S. troops.
Wow.
Ran on a couple D cells. They were in a styrofoam package, and as the UE would fly over, they'd just toss them out.
Just drop them.
All alone, we have one of the
telephones.
bricks, that first cell phone.
Oh, yeah. A lot of rotary phones here.
Rotary phones.
I remember that brown phone.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I guarantee
And
I
then,
talked on that when I was a kid.
And then this phone, if you remember the Mickey Mouse short,
Right,
through
and
the
then
mirror.
You'd have the switchboard.
Oh yeah, yeah. There
that
we
they'd
go.
connect through.
There we go.
One of the first telephone answering machines built by the Bell system.
Bell system. There you
And these were replicas made of some of Bell's first phones. That was done for
Oh,
the
yeah.
100th anniversary, and Bell Labs reproduced those.
It's really cool.
Oh boy, yeah. Nathan, Papa would have loved this section here.
Oh yeah.
'Cause he had a CB radio.
Yeah, he
probably
would.
in every one of his cars and every one of his trucks for sure.
Yeah. And when I would go like ride with him occasionally, he would talk through one of these.
Yeah, sure did.
Well, you get out.
My introduction into the computer world,
Computers.
playing Oregon Trail and
Oh, the Oregon Trail.
This tube here. The VT 158. That was the tube used in the Pearl Harbor radar system,
Wow.
where we saw what we thought was our guys flying in, but was the Japanese. That was the main tube in that system.
That was crazy. Ooh, this kind of makes me look nostalgic. This design
You
right
got your
here.
iMac, the Mac Plus, the Mac, and then
original.
the Lisa.
yeah,
Lisa.
yeah.
And that's the Lisa version 2. There was a version 1 that had the 5 1/4
Look at
inch
that.
floppy.
Look at that mouse.
Yeah, one button.
Crazy. And yes, I have seen the infamous original ad for the Macintosh, and it is very, very interesting. That's what I'll say. There's a floppy disk thing right here. There's the Apple
That's
II.
the Apple II. This is the first clone of an Apple,
Oh,
the Franklin Ace.
Franklin. Sorry. And there's a Commodore.
Yep.
There's what was once one of the biggest computer companies ever. Now they don't exist anymore.
Nope. Yeah, their last machine, the Amiga and stuff, that was the first real good graphical machine for graphical editing, video editing.
Yeah.
That's got a whole bunch of people started in that.
Yeah, but then I believe one of the last things they ever did was a video game console called the Amiga CD32, and that did so badly that it ended up bankrupting them.
Yeah.
This is all amazing.
And these, the M-size 8080 processors, 6502, 6800s, these were all the ones from the 70s where you would have built the computer.
Yeah.
Came out of an IBM RAM DAC
Hard
machine
disk.
that, with enough of those disks in it, would have given you 10 meg. That disk there is only 160K.
Wow.
Now you look
right
at your
here.
phones, how many gig are on there?
Yeah, I think my phone has like a terabyte. Sorry. But this right here, he said, is 1 gigabyte.
1 gig.
That.
And that's the motor to spin it.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
the
I
first
love
color
this.
camera.
Oh, this right here?
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
the
god.
2K41. There was a 2K40, it was the prototype, and within months it got upgraded to the 2K41. It was evolving that fast.
Gosh, what an enormous piece of equipment. Was somebody operating that thing?
Right, this is just the camera. The camera control unit is another rack of equipment that sat over in the background.
Jeez.
These are
And that's the
huge.
black and white camera, this TK60 from the same time frame.
Now, WMUL.
Marshall University.
Oh, so local.
Right.
Wow, yeah.
That was WSAZ here in town.
Let's all be
This was
there.
also WSAZ when Record Studio would have looked like the turntables are out on loan. We had a movie company call us up and they needed some props for the movies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Here, check. So like in here, and then work all the stuff here. I don't even know how this works. But, yes, I'm doing radio in the old days.
There you go. WFAN, Nathan here.
See people in here, it's like, I didn't know they were from West Virginia.
Broadcasting Hall of Fame.
Don Knotts.
Yeah.
Don Knotts?
I knew that.
Morgantown.
Yeah, up in Morgantown, yeah.
Yep.
There's
Wow.
a statue
Yep.
up there. I actually knew about that one.
Gilligan
Yep.
out of Princeton.
Denver.
Yep. And then you start looking at other ones, Noah Adams, who was on NPR for years and years. Jim Slade, down at the voice of NASA.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe Johns,
Yes.
another one, Matt Lauer.
Tom T. Hall.
Yeah, Matt Lauer.
Matt Lauer.
He started here in Huntington at
Yeah.
the radio and TV
Chuck
station.
Woolery.
Yep, Peter Marshall.
This is amazing.
These
This
are some
big open
more famous
arena
ones.
area.
This one here came out of the NBC studios in LA. One of the guys, when he passed
Yes, this
away,
is-
donated that to us. WTRF up in Wheeling, WSAZ, that's one of their 1920s microphones. And then the 77 DXs, the 74s.
Incredible.
That's
Molly O'Day.
Those over here.
Gospel
They actually have
singer, Grand Ole
toys
Opry
over here.
stuff.
Look
She
at
lived
this.
around the corner.
Yeah, Disney stuff, a little radio stuff. There's a troll over there. Incredible.
Novelty radios.
These are-
Everything in there is a radio.
Oh wow! So
Even the tape measure.
oh, there's a tape measure that's a radio. That is crazy. But they also have
And
a
more people say, do you know you have a tape measure sitting in there? And it's like, yeah, it's a
yeah, that's a radio. Yeah, they have like Sesame Street. There's Disney.
See if there's any
Oh,
of them that I
I didn't see this one. It's a Bugs Bunny one. This Donald one. So a little bit worn.
to sell the product.
But, it's incredible.
Before we had VHS, Beta, and stuff, there was the RCA Select Division.
Oh,
Okay.
I've heard of Select Division.
Yeah.
I remember the great big, the great big.
And it's actually a record.
Wait, so that's like
Pop it
a
in.
record?
Yep. And then I've got one that's open. There it is.
Oh,
You can see micro grooves. There's a stylus that goes in there. It's what they call a capacitive electronic disc.
and there we go.
Oh, the movie War Games.
Yep.
Which appropriately enough is a funny movie related to technology.
Yeah,
Yep.
well,
And the MSI 88 back there is the same. It's not the one they used in the movie.
Great
but the same
Escape
model.
right there. Oh. There's the movie going. Disney's Christmas gift. This is
Yep, yep. And when VHS.
Dr. Seuss, Horton Hears a Who.
When these came out,
Okay, well, that was absolutely incredible.
Blew my mind.
That I absolutely loved this. This is I just really love places like this that are just they're purely passion projects. They're really passionate about radio and technology and trying to preserve their history. I even bought a T-shirt from them, so that's another T-shirt that I've gotten this day. But with that said, this video is long enough as is, so I think I'm gonna, because this is a very long video, I think I'm gonna end it right here. We're gonna go do some other stuff, and in the meantime, it is very cold out there. Yeah, it is very okay. With that said, that's gonna do it for this. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.